Hello and welcome. As a specialist in modern hospitality operations, I'm thrilled to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. Today, we're diving into a massive shift in our industry, how hospitality sales is moving away from just being a simple transaction and becoming a real strategic partnership. And let me tell you, this isn't just some new technique. It's a whole new way of thinking that's going to define the future of our profession.
You know, when you boil it all down, this revolution really comes down to two totally different mindsets. On one side, you've got transactional selling. It's fast, it's all about the product, the rooms, the event space, and it basically positions you as a vendor. But on the other side, there's consultative selling. This is collaborative, it's focused on finding a complete solution, and it transforms you into a true partner. One might get you a booking today, sure, but the other? That's how you build a business that lasts.
All right, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to walk through 5 key stages. We'll start with that crucial mindset shift. Then we'll master the art of discovery. After that, we'll learn how to educate and add real value, co-create solutions with our clients, and finally, how to build those amazing long-term partnerships that really define success in this industry. So let's kick things off with the most important step of all, the mindset shift. Because before we can change what we do, we have to change how we see our role. This is all about moving from being a simple vendor to becoming a genuinely trusted advisor. So, what do we actually mean by consultative selling? Well, it's an approach where you're not just selling, you're advising. You're working with the client to figure out their needs and solve their problems. This is just a perfect fit for hospitality, right? Because we don't just sell rooms or meeting space. We deliver experiences that can literally shape a company's brand, their productivity, their whole culture. At our very core, we are in the relationship business. And once you've adopted that mindset, it leads you straight to our second stage, the art of discovery. The idea here is simple but oh so powerful. You have to understand before you ever propose anything. This is where the real work of a consultant begins. The absolute key to great discovery is walking into every conversation with genuine curiosity, not a bunch of assumptions. What that means is you don't lead with your product list or your meeting packages. No. Instead, you start by asking questions to really understand the client's world, what keeps them up at night, and what their goals really are. Just look at how a simple shift in how you ask a question can unlock so much information. An open-ended question like this one, it invites the client to tell you what actually matters to them. It immediately changes the conversation from being about price and features to being about outcomes and success. This is exactly the kind of insight a transactional seller would just completely miss.
And as you're asking, you have to listen. I mean, really listen. You're listening for their pain points. Like maybe they had inconsistent service at their last event. You're listening for those repeated frustrations, like AV nightmares. These little details are gold because they tell you exactly what the client values and where you can step in and provide a real solution.
Because when you explore those concerns, you're showing you genuinely care, and that is what builds trust. Clients can tell the difference. They know when someone is just trying to close a deal versus when someone is actually trying to help them succeed. Trust is the absolute bedrock of this entire approach. You can't do it without it.
Okay, so once you've laid that foundation of trust, you can move into our third stage, educating and adding value. This is where you get to use your industry expertise and shift from being a passive listener into an active, indispensable advisor.
Your role here is really to expand your client's perspective. A lot of clients only know what they've done before. They might have no idea what's even possible. Your insights about, say, a room setup that could boost engagement or a catering schedule that avoids lulls in the day, that's immense value, and it helps them get even better results.
Now, this can sometimes mean gently, and I mean gently, challenging their initial assumptions. A client might ask for a certain room layout just out of habit, even if it's not the best choice for what they want to achieve. Your job isn't to argue, but to be helpful, to explain the alternatives and why they might work better. It's about helping them make a more informed choice.
And when you do this right, when you're sharing insights instead of giving lectures, you reinforce your own expertise and you become this incredible resource. That shift is what directly builds the long-term loyalty that we're all aiming for.
So once you've become that trusted resource, the process just naturally flows into our fourth stage, co-creating the solution. This is where all that discovery and education comes together in a collaborative process of designing success together.
The mindset shift here is huge. Instead of working on a proposal by yourself and then presenting it for a simple yes or no, you're designing the solution with the client. You're a team, throwing ideas back and forth, tweaking the plan until it perfectly matches their needs and their budget.
The benefits of doing it this way are just massive. When clients have a hand in creating the plan, they feel a real sense of shared ownership. That makes any resistance later on pretty much disappear. It also sparks way more creativity, leading to solutions that neither one of you might have thought of alone. It's a total win-win.
And a critical part of this collaboration is integrity. True partners are honest. If a client asks for something your hotel just can't deliver well, the ethical and frankly the smart move is to be upfront about it. Putting your client's success first, even if it means suggesting another option, builds a level of credibility that is absolutely unmatched.
And that brings us to our final and maybe the most important section, building long-term partnerships. This is the ultimate payoff for all that hard work. This is where you see the true value of the consultative approach come to life.
See, consultative selling builds an incredibly powerful kind of loyalty because it meets both the practical and the emotional needs of your clients. They feel heard, they feel supported, and they feel understood. They value a partner who helps them think through tough decisions, not just one who's pushing for a signature.
And let's be clear, this isn't just some feel-good idea. It's a brilliant business strategy. The money you make from one booking is tiny compared to the lifetime value of a loyal client. Loyal partners give you predictable revenue, they cost less to acquire, and they become your biggest cheerleaders. This is the real path to long-term financial stability.
And what's really great is that this approach creates a dual benefit. The hotel gets that predictable revenue and a fantastic reputation. But for you as a professional, your job is no longer just about sales quotas. It's about meaningful problem solving and building relationships. That sense of purpose, it leads to way higher motivation and amazing career growth.
So, at the end of the day, this is the transformation we're talking about. You evolve from a vendor who just pushes available inventory to a strategic partner who brings expertise, insight, and guidance to the table to help your clients win. So, I'll leave you with one final question to think about as you continue your journey in this incredible industry. Are you just selling rooms, or are you building partnerships? The choice you make is going to define your entire career. Thank you.